So today we are going to talk about Avantis. We are now seeing a little bit of a pullback right now, but we could be getting a swift recovery here for Avantis. So we'll be talking about that. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of financial advice. Let's go over it though. So Avantis, as you can see, it's been doing crazy numbers, 204% in the last 7 days, but we have pulled back 15% in the last 24 hours. So that's a decent pullback. We can also see 274 million market cap, 1 billion fully diluted value, and still 1 billion in trading volume. This thing has been literally a beast just going off. If y'all don't know what Avantis is, it's a little project here on Base. So definitely check it out. But yeah, it's like a DeFi project here on Base. But let's go ahead and do our technical analysis. Okay. So first things first here with Avantis, we've been doing absolutely insane numbers, right? So I think the first video I made when I first called it, it was around this area here, and then I called it, and then it just started to pump, right? And then around this area right here, around 80 cents, I was like, it looks like it might pull back, but no, it kept going, and now you see it that it finally pulled back, and now it used the previous high as resistance or as support. So the previous resistance has been used as support. So that's kind of a bullish signal for us. The fact that we have a solid foundation for our support. I definitely like the odds of that. I like that it looks slightly bullish right there because of that. Now, it does look like we are hitting a little bit of a rejection point at the Fibonacci retracement here at $1.05. So you can kind of see that a little bit now right here. The MACD also, the selling pressure has slowed down a lot. Look at how much that selling pressure has slowed down here on the MACD. That was a lot of selling pressure that really beat us down, right? But now we are seeing the ending of that selling pressure, so we should see a swift recovery pretty soon. And you can also see at the bottom of the MACD, it's about to cross, indicating that we should be seeing some type of move to the upside. We should be seeing green candlesticks coming in here pretty soon for Avantis. So it does look like we should have some type of growth. But remember, today we are going to have the Fed meeting, and they're going to do their interest rate decision. So that could completely change the direction of the market. When you look at the technicals, Avantis definitely seems like it should be bullish. But remember, the Fed meeting can change everything. It's today for me right now, it's tomorrow for some people, but on the 17th, the Fed meeting is going to change a lot because, if they lower interest rates, that's cool, but we have to make sure the markets haven't already priced it in, and markets have been pumping like crazy. So I don't think the Fed meeting is going to make everything do anything different. I think if anything, it's going to make the market pull back a little bit, and then the market should recover from there. So I think that this Fed meeting is going to be a slightly bearish thing for a little bit, right? For the short term, and then coming into October, we should be fine. But we'll see if it affects Avantis, because Avantis has already proved that it's not following the overall direction of the market. So I think either way, Avantis should be good. But yeah, on the %R trend exhaustion for Avantis, you can see down here at the bottom how it's curved upwards for our short-term trend. The white line is the short-term trend, and then you can see over here the blue line is the long-term trend. And notice how both of them are now curving upwards. So both of them are now showing that they're going that they're pretty much taking a bullish stance. So that's the 1 hour chart for you, right? Now breaking it down on the 30-minute chart, we have a little bit different info. So the 30-minute, and that's why you have to look at every single time period. 30-minute chart is showing bullish, right? Sellers are starting to step in just a little bit. That's why we see that lightly green shaded candlestick right there. But we're still bullish. We still have all this movement here to the upside, and we still have the potential for more buying pressure, right? There's still that potential that we can have some more buying pressure with the MACD. Now, one thing that does concern me here with this chart on the 30-minute chart is this, the %R trend exhaustion. It looks a little bit odd, doesn't it? Now, it has pulled back a lot, right? And then we see the short-term trend is coming up, but the long-term trend is almost in a sideways movement here. So if we see this long-term trend on the percent R trend exhaustion going slow and sideways as the long-term trend, or as the short-term trend goes up, the long-term trend going slow and sideways, then what we could end up seeing is sideways trading movement. That's typically how it happens. Now, pulling back up the MACD here, the MACD still looks bullish. So regardless of anything, we still have a bullish MACD for the 30-minute chart. So that's still all good. And also on the 1 hour chart, the MACD is in the process of turning bullish. We actually just got our first green candlestick right there. But remember, it could be short-lived. It could be something like this. Well, this one wasn't too short. But it could be something short-lived. That's pretty much where I'm getting at here. And look, we followed a pretty good pattern here, right? So if that is the pattern that we followed here, are we going to do something where we form another pattern? This happens a lot, where you see a little bit of green candlesticks. So I'm gonna draw you guys something. It's probably not gonna look that good. But look, where we seeing green candlesticks like this, right? But just a little bit, and then we see some red candlesticks, right? But it stops halfway, right around there, creating the trend. And then we see something like this where we get a little bit more green candlesticks and then a little bit less red candlesticks, right? And I know that's a terrible drawing, but it's looking like it's going to be something like this, and then a parabolic breakout after that. Just like on the downside, we had a parabolic breakout on the downside, right? Once we had this pattern. If we do the same thing on the opposite spectrum right here, then you can see how that can, it could be similar. It can be the complete opposite, actually, because we had the uptrend here, right? We had the uptrend with this. The buying gradually got larger and larger. And for this, the selling could actually gradually get smaller and smaller, right? The selling will get smaller and smaller, and then that's when the breakout could happen. So we could also follow that perspective as well. And remember, this is just the 1 hour chart. This is all we're seeing on the hourly chart. So regardless, I think we're in a good position here with Avantis. It's only a matter of time, and this thing has proved time and time again that it doesn't care about the technical analysis, right? It's just gonna pump, and do what it wants to do. But yeah, this is all I got for y'all for the technicals. But let's talk about some other stuff. We have Avantis on Upbit is listed onto Upbit. It's listed onto Binance. So yeah, Avantis has been doing pretty good inside the past few days. So shout out to them. But yeah, definitely keep your eyes on this one. This one is definitely a gem. But yeah, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.